and welcome to the stream. We are back. We are back. We are here on 3 different platforms tonight. So we're trying this out. We're going to see how it goes. Just give me 1 second. I was trying to work out the kinks with getting my YouTube to auto start. I didn't select auto start, so I had to go through and manually do some things. So I am falling just a smidge behind. So give me 1 second here. Let me just get a couple things shared out here so that way I can get a couple more friends and family in here. Hope everybody who's watching right now is doing good and having a great night. We have a wonderful. Oh yeah. I actually looked into that now. Basically, what's happened is, why is it not playing not playing our sound? What's going on here? Why is multi-chat not working? Okay, YouTube's there. Everything needs to kick in already. See what we can do. It's holding my YouTube chat, but it's not holding any of my other chats. Hold on 1 second. Let me... Oh, that's what I got to do. I got to remember to do this. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me just try to... Whoa, what is going on with the camera, too? Why is everything, Oh, Lord. Back up a little bit. We're going in... What are we doing here? What are we doing here? There we go. I'm about to say, what is going on? Let's turn the music down for a second here. Should be able to connect there, should be able to connect there, and should be able to connect there. Should be good here. Hopefully everything starts to load in. I want the chat to work so that way everything plays together. Could not connect to app. Okay, wonderful. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, so TikTok is connected. Somebody in TikTok. Let's see. Yeah, always new technical difficulties. Never an easy way. 007. I am working on getting 007.
Emily said no.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Well, that works. That works. So let's just see. Hopefully, I might just have to reconnect to every account when I come back in. That might just have to be what it has to be at the end of the day. Okay, connect, please. Success, beautiful. All right, now everything should be good. Everything should be all situated now. So we are not playing 007 tonight. I'm still in the process of getting a little extra cash to purchase that. You know, $70 is a lot to swallow, but I got some stuff. So tonight we are going to be playing a super fun game of mine that I've been enjoying a lot lately. This game in particular here. Let me just get my controller all situated for us, and I will get us into the live screen so you guys can see what's going on. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We are playing the Spell Brigade. So, for those of you who have not heard of the Spell Brigade or have not seen the Spell Brigade, the Spell Brigade is it's a horde survival, auto attacking game. So basically, you play, you rank up. As you rank up, you start to unlock new spells, and you start to unlock elemental infusions and augmentations. But this time in particular, I have found out that solo spell runs are actually insane, and they do pretty
Company
well.
Caster Labs, caffeinated.app, docs, chat, viewer,
Emily with the
event
12
underscore
GGs and the
format
one cap there.
rich underscore message, attachment. Emily said, oh.
Uh-oh. No, it's okay. It's okay. That I'm gonna have to figure out, but that I don't think there's a way around that. I think it's just gonna list everything when you do a dono, which is honestly it is what it is at this point. Like I'm gonna have to try to like look into like what I have to do to get that to come off. But let's get into it. We have solo endless runs. So normally you can do like some runs where you go through, you go through a couple. You go through like a little bar at the top. This bar at the top is pretty much like your timer. It like counts down your run basically. When you get to the end of the run, you fight your boss. You do little challenges along the way. And then once you've beat the boss, your run ends. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing endless runs, which I'm going to add a couple covenants here so that way we can get an endless run going. And we're going to run one spell runs for right now. One spell runs have been absolutely broken. I'm gonna pick some that I think would be kind of fun. So the great thing about this, I'm actually gonna do this in Pyrestorm in the Pyrestorm pit also because I have to get this done. And we're gonna play this on severe, which is like the second hardest difficulty. There's usually what's the other one? Hardcore. Hardcore endless has been like insane for people. But you got a bunch of different wizards we can pick from. They all have different abilities, different traits, different attacks. As you play through the game, you unlock more wizards. You pay with your gold. You have gold down in the bottom. And then once you pay with your gold, you can buy all these characters. You level the characters up to level 10. Once you get to level 10, you can ascend them. And basically what an ascension means, it's kind of like prestiging in like Call of Duty, where like you just start back over at level 1, but you get some exclusive rewards. But it costs you 3,300 gold to ascend with a character. So I have not ascended with a character yet. I'm basically just kind of grinding this out, trying to unlock a little bit of everything. Each character has their like own like unique like outfits and things like that as well. You have to like do certain challenges to unlock those as well. And they all have unique abilities. So like one is like okay, this for example, Maggie. Their spell is Aurora Wings, so it's basically like these birds that like lock onto targets, and they'll like bounce from target to target, and you can like upgrade as you play to have it hit more targets or whatever. So it's pretty cool. It's not. It's honestly a really fun game. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think for the first run we're gonna do, let's do a non-endless run first, so you guys can kind of see what it's like, and I'll do it with the 4 spells, so that way you can actually see like what it would normally look like. I don't know if I'm gonna do pretty well just because I know solo spells are a little more broken. And I'll play like whatever I think is like a fun character to start with. I honestly really like the Star Mage, and I gotta get it up to the level 10. So let's do the Star Mage here. And then we'll get this started so you guys can kind of see. So there's 4 different maps we have. There's like a grass map, an ice map, a fire map, and like an astral map or whatever. But you start in, you kind of load in here, and then you'll see a lot of these enemies that are around me. They're gonna start getting hit with these falling stars. So this is this Star Mage's set is falling stars. And each time you level up, so we have a level up bar. It's this bar that you're seeing right down here at the bottom. This level up bar here will actually allow you to get new upgrades. Every time you level up, you get to choose between 3 upgrades. Obviously, like there's certain things that go into it. Like you have things like your max health, your spell damage, your crit damage, your critical chance, your health regeneration, your max health, your luck, for example, here, which would increase my luck by 4. Luck is very important in this game. You have to make sure you have luck. But when you get upgrades like this, where it's like legendary upgrades for falling stars, I definitely have to take this. You kind of want to go with those legendary upgrades, unless it's kind of pointless to you. But on runs like this, where it's going to be a higher difficulty, and I need to get through all these waves of enemies, I definitely have to make sure that I'm taking those spell damage, so that way it will do more damage to kind of kill them in less hits. So you see we have mana pull, mana gain, stuff like that. So mana gain would just like increase the amount of mana that you gain from defeating enemies. Mind's reach here with mana pull just is like how far you pull these little mana orbs.
Alien monster, alien monster, alien monster said you. Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath said reminds me of Leagues of Legends.
It's kind of very similar to that. I think, to me, it's like a mix of like...
Alien Monster said been a while.
It definitely has been a while. It definitely has been a while. We're back, though. So I'm going to increase my base cast speed by 12% here. It's going to make my spells a little bit faster. It's also going to affect my other spells as well that I get down the line. Because you see, I have these other 3 that are here. Once I hit those levels, I get to unlock a new spell. But this 12% will go to that. So we're going to go with that 12% there. But yes, Vok, one of the, it's definitely very similar to League. Kind of has like that League of Legends vibe, has like that Vampire Survivors type of vibe, but also it kind of has like, I don't know, I like this art style on this game in particular. This game has had me in a chokehold, if I'm being honest. I have like 30 hours in this game already. Like it's insane the amount of time that I've actually put into this game. So here we got our three spells that we can choose from. I also have some re-rolls as well. On TikTok, you guys can't see over on the right-hand side. I have some re-rolls. I have 5 re-rolls that I can use. I can also pin something here. So, like, say I want this, like, Phantom Blades for the next time that I pull a spell. I can pin it, and the next time that I level up where I can get a spell, it will keep it there, so I can pull that if I want to. But I don't want that. The one I want here is Aurora Wings, and I'm going to take this one. And now I have the stars and the birds going around the map, kind of defeating all these enemies. And basically, like I said, this game auto-attacks for you. So you're pretty much just running around the map. You're doing challenges. You're making sure you don't get hit. Your health does regenerate. I have, like, my health regeneration, I think, is at, like, 15 every couple of seconds. So it does, you know, regenerate if you take damage. But it definitely, like I said, it gets a little crazy at times. So we got some spell damage here, but I'm going to take the spell cast speed. Spell cast speed is super important. The faster you can cast your spell, the more times you can get your spell out, the more targets you can hit. So that's very important. Spell damage is also very important. Spell size as well, depending on the spell. But we're focused on more like spell damage and spell cast speed right now. And then hopefully some luck and some movement speed when we get a chance. It really starts to come together when you get, like, the elemental infusions and stuff like that. Once I can show you, like, what the infusions look like, and then I can get some augmentations on a lot of these, you'll start to see, like, where the game starts to really shine. All right, so we have base move speed of 12%. We have Falling Star spellcast speed, and we have Aurora Wing spellcast speed. I'm going to go with Falling Star spellcast speed here. See, so now we have to seal the rift. So there will be a little emblem on the map. It's like a little marker to let you know, like, what direction to move in. We're going to go seal this rift. Hopefully it's not in the lava. That lava is going to do a lot of damage to us, so we don't want to go there. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to head down this way. Going to avoid this lava. And we're going to stand in this rift. And all we're going to do is wait for this glowing ring on the rift to fill up. And that's basically going to get us our first augmentation. We also have a scroll chest over here to the right, which I'll show you guys in a minute. We're also going to do spell damage again. You see I'm taking quite a little bit of damage. Sometimes Falling Stars takes a little bit to, like, kind of get yourself going. Once you get yourself going, it's not so bad, though. So we're going to close this. We're going to get a augmentation in a second. So our augmentation is here. So we have Relentless Wings, we have Stars target the enemy with the most health, and then I am actually going to banish this because I don't want this. So I have a banish. I'm going to use that. I don't want that. I want to be able to get another star or two. So we're going to do the birds, pick an additional target after attacking. It seems like the play here. I could re-roll, but honestly, I'm going to have plenty of chances to get more re-rolls, so I'm not worried about that. My scroll chest is over here running away from me. You have a small chance of your chest, whatever chest you're trying to open with your scrolls, to actually have feet and run away. We're going to go with spell damage here again on the Falling Stars. That'll kind of help offset the fact that then we don't have an additional star falling. through here. We'll grab this scroll. So the scroll is where I feel the most comfortable using my rerolls. However, I'm going to take this right here, Delayed Fate. So with Delayed Fate, every time you don't use a reroll, your luck increases by 1. So I'm going to have a lot of like regular upgrades that are going to come through. I'm going to grab this because I'm not going to spend my rerolls for a lot. And then it's going to increase my luck by 10. At least. So that's going to help me a little bit. So I'm actually going to take Delayed Fate. That's a good one. That's one of my favorites. It plays a big role. Luck is like super important like, if you want to get like bigger upgrades to kind of get you through a difficult map or whatever. Pyrostorm is, I'm pretty sure, the most difficult map in my opinion. Most people will agree that this is the most difficult map. Based off of at least the enemy types and the way that the map works. We're going to go spell damage, and now we have our first infusion on our Falling Stars. So, Dark will actually affect enemies, and it will make them attack other enemies. Dark is not a favorite of mine. It's nice if you like really want like some horde control, but the problem that I find with Dark is that once you have Dark and they're affected by Dark, your attacks do so much less damage, it's not worth it in my opinion. Ice will also slow, but I don't want Ice. I don't think I'm going for that right now. I think we're either going to go with Acid or Lightning, and honestly, Lightning is so overpowered. I think we're going to go with Lightning here so you guys can kind of see. Now, with Lightning, the effect that you get here, when they get hit with Lightning, the Lightning travels to other enemies. So you're not just hitting one enemy, you're hitting multiple enemies with this Lightning. And then the cool thing, too, is when the spell gets to level 7, you get your first infusion. When you get to level 14, you get a second infusion. So you can actually create, like, other types of elemental damage by combining 2 different types of infusions, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we're basically just we're gonna run around the map. We're gonna kind of feel things out, try to level up as fast as we can here, and try to get ourselves moving. So we're going to go with our spell cast speed for our Falling Stars. It's a huge one. The purple, we're definitely going to take that. You're going to start to see as we go through, spells are going to start to get a lot faster. They're going to start to get a lot more powerful. But you're going to see enemies are also going to get more powerful, and they're going to start taking more damage. So it's going to kind of like even itself out. I have noticed, however, that when you actually, when you have one spell, typically I have an easier time with just focusing on one spell than if I'm focusing on like numerous spells. But right here, we're going to go with the Aurora Wings here. We're going to go with the spell damage. We're going to try to get that one infused soon as well. We'll grab this health potion here. At some point, I'm going to have to try to get either another scroll for either Vital Strike, which does heals back some health with critical damage, or Mana Siphon, which will heal back health for when you collect mana. We're going to go with spell damage on Aurora Wings here. 35% is huge. So chat, tell me, has anybody ever played a game like this before? Have you ever tried, like, Horde Survivors or anything like that? I will say I got put on, my uncle plays a lot of these and kind of put me on to a lot of these Horde survival games. And I actually like them a lot.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath said I played a game like this, I forgot the name. Emily said sure have he.
I'm honestly, like, this is one of my favorite genres of games. It's so nice to, like, because say I don't have time in the day to, like, really, like, sit down and play, like, a couple hours of a game. You know, I could pick this up. You know, like I said, I have my Steam Deck. I'll pull this up on my Steam Deck, play this for, like, a half hour to an hour right before bed, and just, like, kind of, like, vibe out, do, like, 2 runs, call it a day, and, you know, kind of move on from there. Runs are a little long in this. Like, they're probably about a half hour per run. Especially if you're doing like a regular run. If you're doing an endless run, it goes until you die. Like, it goes until you can't survive
Emily
anymore.
said there is one like this called, I think, Realm.
I'll have to look into that one because I probably haven't played that one yet. I've been playing like this and Mega Bonk have been like the two that I've played the most. Jotun Slayer is also another one. It's got like more of like a Greek mythology feel to it. That one's pretty good as well. They just did an update or a DLC with Conan. So that's a pretty cool one too. Here, I could go with Astral Orbs. I could also go with Bell March. Bell March has a cool ability where you can you run through the bells and it like triggers them around the enemies, and it also has healing ability. So I'll probably take Bell March, even though I really do like Astral Orbs, but I think I can actually do really good.
Zombie V0 CK Starers Bat asks, have you tried the new Skate?
I did. I will be honest. I'm not very good at the Skate games, and I'll be honest, I kind of wasn't a fan. I kind of expected a little bit more. I would have rathered them give us a paid game and not like a free-to-play with like a live service game. I would have rathered something a little bit different. But that's just me. It's just kind of me being picky. Not to say that like I didn't enjoy my time playing it, because I definitely played it for the first few days after it came out. But after a couple days, I was just kind of bored of it. And I'm also not like a huge I'm not a huge skateboarding game person either. Like, I'll play Tony Hawk every once in a while, but I don't get too crazy. All right, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to go to Security Unstable Spell Cores. So we're going to go up into this top left corner. That's where the marker's telling us to go. And then we'll have to kick these spell cores into the zone that it wants us to push them into. So we're going to do that. We should have plenty of time to get this done. The big thing here we got to watch out for is these
Woman
tornadoes.
Zombie V0 CK Starers Bat said they creators are adding more things for people to try.
I definitely like the fact that, you know, being that it was free to play, like the fact that like you can kind of just like, you know, you had a bunch of people playing, they're all trying to do like certain things. Like I think the replayability is something that's really nice about that game. Because there's going to be so many things to do, and because it's a live service game, they're obviously going to add more. But I would have kind of liked just like the full complete package. But that's, like I said, that's just me being picky when it comes to skating games. I'm used to like everything being in the game, especially when it comes to like skating games and things like that. Like from playing the Tony Hawks when I was a kid or whatever. Well, like I said, I'm not very good at skating games. I'm like decent, but I'm not like insanely good by any means. I'm more of like a, if I'm playing like any game kind of like skateboarding, snowboarding, I like games like SSX, like SSX Tricky and like SSX 3 from my childhood. Those were big ones for me. All right, so we can cast an additional star, which might be the way to go. Birds can pick an additional target after tracking or after attacking. Or we can get Bell Zones. What I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to pin this because I'm going to take multi-star, but I want this Relentless Wings to show up in my next augmentation. So we're going to take this multi-star. At least we'll be able to get 2 stars at one time, and then I'll increase the spell speed on that one. So we'll see. We're going to go spell cast speed on the wings. All right. So I already died once, so I got to make sure that I kind of don't die again. The tough part about running these 4 spell runs is that you can't really focus on like 1 or 2 spells in particular. You gotta kind of focus on everything to be a little more well-rounded. Okay, we got another health potion right there. I'm actually gonna grab that as well. Oh, we're going to take that 35% spell damage, absolutely. We have another infusion here for the Aurora Wings. So now with the Aurora Wings, I have something fun I have something cool that I can do here. So obviously now this spell gets an element. So I could go with fire, which is going to do some fire damage, or I could go with ice, which is going to slow enemies down. I think I'm going to want to go with fire damage just to deal a little extra. So we're going to go with fire here, and then you'll see once my other infusions start to kick in, things will start to kind of get a little more hectic, but I'll be able to kind of do a little bit more crowd control. Also, and one thing that's cool about this game, not a lot of these games have like co-op functions. This game has a full 4-player online co-op. Like you guys can all get into a game, you're all doing the challenges together, and you can all use like different like spellcasters and different spells, and do like different things, or try to like do things that like all work together. Like, so like if you're like build like the best loadout for 4 people, which is kind of crazy. But it's pretty cool. I actually, I think it's like a really cool touch to this game. This game has some really good groundwork to do some really good stuff in the future, so. And I will say the only gripe that I've had so far with the game is just that it is very grindy. So it's definitely something you have to sink a lot of hours into if you want to try to, like, get further in the game or, like, unlock everything. I've done a lot. Like I said, I'm 30 hours in already. I have every character. I have, I believe, every spell unlocked, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And I think I'm just missing maybe like 1 or 2 more things, and then a couple of like the covenants and stuff like that. So there's definitely some grinding still left to do, and I have to ascend all these characters as well. So I have to get them all to level 10, and then pretty much ascend with them from there. I got to pay 3,300 gold to make them ascend. We're gonna go with spellcast speed here. This run's not looking too good right now. We're gonna be in a lot of trouble here if we don't get moving. We're taking a lot of damage. Let's just hope that whatever we can do here, we can just stay alive long enough. So basically, once you die twice, it brings your timer to 0, or brings your life counter to 0. If you stay alive for a certain amount of time in your last life, it will bring you back to 1. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I do have to go try to get the soul sludge in a second, but I also am not trying to be absolutely blasted by these enemies. So let's see what we can do here. We're almost probably at the 1, so we should be good. We're going to increase our base damage by 20. That's going to increase damage for every single spell. And we'll kind of go from there. Let's try to clear out the soul sludge. Should be here somewhere. Down over here. So now what we got to do is we got to run through all of this sludge. Now there's going to be areas underneath that are going to have lava, so we have to run over those very quickly. We're going to try to make sure that we can get this, so we can actually afford to lose a life if we die here to get this done. There's a lot of lava here, so I'm going to take a lot of damage probably over here. Unfortunately, it's a rough spot. All right, so we could go with Talon Slash, we could go with Spear Barrage or Magic Missile, but we're not going to go with any of these. We're going to try to see if we can get something really good. Aether Beam is a really good one, cast beams, but I think the one I really want is Solar Pulse, so I'm going to see if I can go again. Nothing. I might go one more here, and I can't get it. So what we'll do, if I can't get Solar Pulse, we're going to go Impish Havoc here. It's going to spawn little imps that are going to run around the map and attack people as well. So that will hopefully give us a little bit of help and do a little bit more crowd control. I was hoping to have something to be a little bit more protective of, you know, when guys get close to us, but we're going to have to try to make do. So we got spellcast speed here. Yikes. All right, let's go. Spell damage by 25% for Impish Havoc. There, no, we're gonna absolutely get cooked again. All right, we gotta try to like clear the soul sludge fast, man. We're like in deep trouble here. Okay, we got that. All right, that's good. That's a good sign. We got another augmentation here. So we have Relentless Rings. We're gonna run with that. I think it's gonna be the one we're gonna have to go with. Hopefully that spell will hit more enemies and we'll be able to kind of run around a little bit better. I would like to get some dodge if I could, but I don't think we're going to get that right away. So we're going to Impish Havoc here again. Hopefully we can get... All right, we got to try to stay alive here. I got 89 health. This is not good. A little nervous. I don't like that tornado so close to me. Yeah, it's going to do huge damage. I love that. Okay. Let's go dodge by 4%. It's not a lot, but it might help. You know, it could be the difference between dying and staying alive. So. All right, we're going to get base move speed here. That's going to help us big time. Be able to kind of get away from enemies a little bit faster here. And I just died. Oh, that run ends. That run ends. Oh. All right. So, let's do a solo run, non-endless. And we're going to do it with one spell. Let's pick... I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. I'm trying to do something that I think will be fun. Let's do the bell. Let's do the bell march, guy. We'll do the bells all over the map. Maybe that'll be pretty cool. We'll be able to get some healing abilities with that as well. I do have some stuff that I can upgrade here, so I just want to get my last little upgrades in. Let's get spell size. We're going to get move speed. And we're also going to grab another banish, so that way I have 2 banishes there. And then we're going to jump right back into it. All right. So now I'll show you the difference between having one spell and having, you know, multiple spells. And just how much your... how much stronger your one spell becomes. It gets pretty crazy. So we're going to go with spell cast speed here. Hopefully it'll cast more than one. Yeah, see? So then I can trigger this one. Sometimes it will trigger the other one next to it, depending on if they overlap at all. Another spell cast speed here. There we go. We'll trigger that one. We'll trigger that one as well. It'll get those guys. So the goal here is going to be to fill this whole entire map up with these bells. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with a lightning and then go and turn it into a thunder build. And kind of go from there. Call it my my For Whom the Bell Tolls build, if you will. Go. It took out a few. It's gonna be slow to start, but we're gonna eventually get there. We're gonna get a lot of this cleared up, and we're gonna get a lot of this upgraded. So we'll start getting guys faster. All right, we're gonna go with another luck upgrade. Hopefully I'll start to get us the good upgrades there, like the purple and the red upgrades, maybe some blues as well. The spell is definitely going to be a little bit more of a challenge. I got absolutely cooked there. All right, so let's see. Increase our max health by 300. We're definitely going to need it. We're definitely struggling here at first. So I want to give us a little bit of a cushion if we can. Wait, let them hit that. Come over here. Come over here. Boom, hit that. All right, now we got to kill the golden crab over here. So we're only really going to get lucky on this golden crab if it runs into one of our bell locations. There's no way for us to do damage anyway else, so we're going to take this. It's going to continuously run from me. It's going to be a little rough. It's going to be a harder one to kind of get done here. Almost as fast as it, but if I can't do any damage, I'm in deep trouble. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do too much damage to this guy to really catch up to do damage. Hit him with that one too. That's good. But this one maybe. Yep, there we go. There we go. We're almost there. We're almost there. This spell is just going to come with just going to have to be a little bit more a little bit more ingenuity when we do this. We're gonna have to be a little bit more creative with the way that we kill enemies here. This spell doesn't do a lot of crowd control, so it's not going to be something that we can do super easy, so... Let's see. Alright, see, so this is a good one. Bells heal you and your teammates when they explode. So, great for me in a solo run, and great for, you know, a team run too, but we're definitely taking healing bells. Help me keep my health up here. It's going to do damage to the enemies, but it's going to heal me, which is nice. So, I'm going to get the best of both worlds. The spells are kind of, they're starting to get a little bit faster. We're starting to see more bells get on the, more bells get on the map, so that's good. That's a plus. All right. Okay, a little bit more. Spell damage by 25%. That'll be huge. Don't really need as much cast speed right now. The healing is coming in nice. I don't know how much it's going to heal us, but... Heals us about, what is it, 15 that it heals us? Unless it's not healing me at all. Yikes. Like I said, Pyrestorm Pit is no joke. This is like the hardest map in the entire game. The enemies are ridiculous. We're going to get that move speed again. We can move a little bit faster here. Let's try to move around a little bit, get ourselves in a better position. There's a lot of lava around us. I don't really like that. Try to hopefully find one of the scroll chests here. I don't see one over here. All these scroll chests have like different places where they can spawn each map, but there's like I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 locations on the map for each one. So they're all like randomized, but they show up at certain times. So you kind of just have to be like really there we go, it's a perfect one, Hopefully we can get right on this here. Don't do too much, I don't like that. That one, one more maybe. We're probably gonna die here. Yeah, we're gonna. Yikes, dude. Not enough crowd control on that one for this map. Let me see. Let's try to see if we can do something else here. It's got a little bit more crowd control to it. Let me see. I also have to do the sun. Yo, let's do Maggie. Let's do a whole Aurora Wings build. That'll probably be a good one to get going, where we can get a couple extra. All right. Here we go. Let's do spell damage by 15. Now, in instances like this where you have a solo run, there's no point in doing base, your base damage, because you only have one spell. Base damage really only affects like multiple spells. So this is a good way to fight something else.
R3V0LUTI0N1SMYNAM3 Nepal said you're back.
Yes, I am back, Revolution. I came back as of yesterday. Streamed a little Clone Hero yesterday. Streaming something a little different today.
R3V0LUTI0N1SMYNAM3 Nepal said, where were you?
Dude, I'll be honest. I know.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath said long on name for the TTS to say.
Hey, I'll be honest though. At least it combines all three of the chats, so I'm not too mad about it. Revolution, I've been going through a lot these last few months. I had a really traumatic life experience going on, and just a lot going on in my life. There's a lot changing in my life, so there's just too much for me to like mentally give you guys good content. And I feel like if I can't give you guys good content, then there's like no point in me, like streaming. If I'm not myself, if I'm not feeling 100%, I don't feel like
R3V0LUTI0N1SMYNAM3 Nepal said, damn sorry, man.
It is all okay. It is A-okay. You have nothing to worry about. Like I said, it was just, some crazy stuff going on. Something that I kind of knew was going to happen, but, things kind of, happen and, like, some unexpected things come from that. And then, like I said, it just kind of dealing with that and swapping over to a new
Mythic
Cavalcade
KPK2 said, I viewers stream boo. Calm.
All right, someone's trying to put AI views. Someone's trying to like promote me AI viewers. I'm okay with that.
R3V0LUTI0N1SMYNAM3 Nepal said, I gotta go though. Sorry, my phone's about to catch on fire.
No worries, man. No worries. I appreciate you stopping by the stream. I'll be live a couple more nights this week, so just keep an eye out for them. But I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you checking up.
R3V0LUTI0N1SMYNAM3 Nepal said, good luck, man. Hope things get better. Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath asks, stream tomorrow?
Most likely, yes. Just depends on how work is going tomorrow, but I should be pretty good to stream tomorrow. Thursday I probably won't stream, just because I'm like swapping and getting into my new store, and I'm gonna have a pretty hectic day that day. So Thursday I probably won't stream, but Friday and Saturday most likely I'll be streaming, and then Sunday I'm off. So I'd definitely be streaming on Sunday, probably earlier in the day though on Sunday. I kind of want to get an early stream in that day, so I'm not streaming too late. But trying to give you guys like 4 or 5 nights a week where I can like definitely stream and try to give myself a couple other nights off to take a break.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath said, I have baseball practice Thursday and Saturday, so I might not join stream.
Hey, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Like I said, I mean, it's, I appreciate everybody just coming by when they can. I don't expect everybody to come by every single day. Come by whenever you can, whenever you're free. I know people got lives, people got busy stuff going on. If anybody gets that, it's me. Like I said, I have kids, so I see it all the time. Like it's just, people got stuff going on, and you got to do what you got to do. I don't hold it against anybody. And your practice and your sports and your baseball come first. All right. So this I like, this offensive defensive, where damage is increased by 1% and your move speed is reduced by 0.25 for every armor that you have. So right now I have 40 armor, so my damage is going to get increased by 40%. But then I'm going to lose 20 in move speed, so I'm going to go in the negative. So I don't know if I want to do that right now. Let me pin this one for later. And actually, I just wasted that anyway, so let's do every time you dodge, you heal back 20% of the damage you dodged. That's a pretty good one. Especially later on when the enemies start hitting for a little bit more, the healing starts to get a little bit better there, so. Let's see. Spellcast speed here. All right, let's go. We got 2 more to get and secure. So this one here is going to be the first one. We're going to try our best to not die. Alright, one more. Just gotta figure out where the target is. I got a minute to find it, so... Ah, there we go. Alright, so let's go with spell damage here. And then there is acid here. I could go with that. Let's reroll, though. Let's go with lightning. And we're going to go with Relentless Wings. Now, the wonderful thing about getting the one spell rather than the 4 is you really don't have many opportunities to get the wrong spells in your or the wrong augmentations. Most times when you have like 4 spells, your ability to get the correct augmentations obviously drops a lot because you have 4 spells you could possibly get augmentations for. Whereas in now we only have 1, so hopefully this is going to start to make more sense for us, and it'll help us kind of clear this level. Once these birds start getting a little stronger, and we get a little bit more cast speed on these guys, we'll be in pretty good shape. All right, there we go. Some more spell cast speed. I love that for us. Oh no! There we go. Do we want cast speed or do we want mana gain? We're going to take mana gain because that's going to help us. We'll get to pick up less mana to have to level up, which will be nice. See us start to really do some damage, hopefully. Spellcast speed here. All right, so we got 4 more levels till we get our next infusion. So hopefully we'll get that within the next like 4 to 6 levels or so, or at least by like level 20 we should have that. We'll take this dodge by 6% here. Dodge is also very important too, obviously. Like, if you know you're going to get hit by an enemy, the greater chance you have to dodge, obviously, the less likely you are to lose health. So, health is very important. You lose health very fast. These enemies get very strong. Yes, I am. Alright. Do more mana gain. I'll do more spellcast speed. Might as well get more of these birds out here. Alright, now we gotta crush these statues. So these gray and purple statues that are glowing around here, we gotta destroy all of those. We should be able to do this pretty quickly. It's usually too difficult. I'm just losing a lot of health here, little by little. I'm just not trying to die. Not only do these tornadoes suck, but some of these enemies are absolutely awful to deal with. Good. Let's hopefully we don't take damage there. Cool, cool. Let's get these 2. We're going to have to crush 3 more. All right, we got this one here we're going to get. We're going to have to be directly on top of it. We kind of go around. We got 2 more statues to crush. We're going to go with spell damage again here. Right, 2 more statues. That's it. And hopefully we don't die before that. One right there, and there's one right next to it. That's perfect. Right in the same general area. We get our another augmentation. We should be able to get another bird now. Birds pick an additional target after attacking. Now the birds are going to start to do a little bit more damage. We're level 13. We're almost at our infusion here, our second infusion. Hope we can get something good like lightning fire or lightning, like something like that. We'll see what we can do here. Go with spellcast speed. And then we can go lightning, and get thunder. So thunder will be a good one. Thunder does a lot of damage. Let's do thunder. Let's call it. We're going to have purple birds flying all around the map here. They'll do some extra damage for us. Thunder or lightning super overpowered. We are going to do our spell damage by 35%. We definitely with that. Now you'll see we're starting to have a little bit of an easier time staying away from some enemies. The bigger enemies, not so much, but the smaller enemies, we're doing a better job at kind of keeping away from us, which is nice. More spellcast speed. Let's go. Ooh, luck by 8. Yeah, we're definitely going luck by 8 on that one. It's going to be huge where we need upgrades. We got a health potion over here we got to get to at some point. We're going to try to get around all these enemies here, pick up all these. Hopefully I can get another scroll soon. Spell damage here again. Health potion when we get a chance. Again. This health potion. Try to get ourselves out of this bad area with all these enemies. Alright, so now we're definitely going to take this base move speed by 18%. That's going to be huge. We need to be able to move and get around a little bit faster and get away from these hordes of enemies. Better. We got a magnet there that I'm going to grab in a second. This blue, this blue thing right here.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath asks, what's the next game you play?
The next one I'm playing on stream. I might do Clone Hero tomorrow. If I don't do Clone Hero tomorrow, I'll kind of play it by ear, see what I'm feeling. I got a couple things that I could play, but I really want to play Mouse PI for Hire. There's another new game that I've been trying to dabble in called Far Far West. That's kind of like a PvE, PvP, like extraction, like looter shooter. That's gonna be a pretty good one to play. Or this, but it'll probably be like a random kind of like what I'm, kind of whatever I'm feeling for the day, whatever I'm like enjoying playing. Do max health here. You should be able to level up a couple times. Spell cast speed, another upgrade here. We're going to do luck by 4. even with the luck we have, we're still not pulling great. All right, we got Soul Sludge right here we're going to try to get rid of. Spell cast speed by 35. That's what I like to see. And then hopefully sometime, by sometime in the weekend, I should also have 007, so that way I can play that on stream. That's a game I've been itching to play. Let's go max health again here, I guess. Give myself a little bit of a cushion. That's a good little clear there. That's good. I like that. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Gonna take a dodge by 9% increase there.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbath said whenever 007 is getting played, I'm joining guaranteed.
I love that. I love that. That's just what I want to hear. Like I said, it's cool. It's cool for me to know that you guys are willing to watch other things just besides the rhythm gaming. So that's what kind of gives me a little bit, kind of makes me happy because I can play some different stuff and, kind of enjoy myself. And you guys can enjoy it too, which is nice. Here we go. All right, another augmentation here. Hopefully we can get another bird and an additional target. We should hopefully start clearing a little bit more. Like I said, Pyrestorm gets pretty crazy too. This is like it's literally the hardest map. There's just so much going on. There's like an ice map that has like some annoying like ice patches and stuff like that, but this is like the most annoying. Okay, we are going to banish this one because I don't want that. We're gonna re-roll again. Damage increase with the armor, but we lose movement speed. I had a good amount of movement speed there. It's gonna suck for a brief time until I get some more movement speed, but hopefully the damage should do enough where it's gonna help out. If I get some armor or whatever, it'll do more damage. Let's get this max health upgrade by 300.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat asks, are you thinking to play the show?
Oh, I'm always down to play the show. I am always down to play the show. I was playing that a lot during like late March, like when I went down to go visit my my best friend across the country. I literally I was playing that all the time. Me and him played that a lot together. I love sports games, especially the show. The show's my favorite sports game. And it also helps that I'm enjoying baseball right now because my team is the best team in baseball, so.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat asks, what's your team?
I am an Atlanta Braves fan. Been an Atlanta Braves fan since I was a young child. And it's funny because you would think I'm from Massachusetts,
Woman
so you would think I'd be a Red Sox fan.
CK Star Erzbat said Yankees fan right here.
I gotcha. You guys got a good team this year. That would be a good World Series. Braves and Yankees. For the crit chance by 9% here. Crit chance by 9% again. That's going to be huge. Hopefully crits will start getting a little crazier. Got another magnet over here? Wow, that is a
Woman
magnet.
Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat said we want to make it to the World Series anytime soon.
Hey, you never know. You never know. AL's kind of wide open right now. I feel like the NL's like the tougher, you know, has the, you know, the tougher teams. But I know the Rays are still doing good in that division. You guys are. I'd be happy that you guys, you know, don't have to deal with the Red Sox, you know, if they were good, but they're not good this year, so. We're going to start to get a little crazier here. Let's start to get some mushrooms, or these fungi here. I kind of want to skip that one. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. I don't think it's smart on my behalf to try to go for that one. I'm going to have a tough time getting around here. I might die, honestly. I might be pretty much passed out on this run. Dude, Firestorm is brutal. I'm going to get hit by this tornado, too. I already know. I might not even be able to get fungi here. This is crazy. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Okay. We're not gonna make it. There's just too much going on. We're not gonna make it. Spell damage here. Okay. Another fungi here. Gotta get 6 more. 6 more. Gotta get 1 right here. Hopefully, maybe. Probably not. I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, I'm dead. I'm cooked. Wow, what a run. What a run. That's fine. We got a little bit more. We can kind of upgrade. We can kind of upgrade something else too while we're here. We're gonna upgrade. We'll upgrade crit chance and crit chance again. We'll get crit chance doubled. And let's do the Sun Mage here. And we're gonna run a Eternity. So we're gonna run an Endless. And let's go in the Verdant Fields here. All right, Solar Pulse is a really good one too. This is like pretty much like a whole AoE effect, but it has a nice like area to cover, and it kind of keeps enemies kind of away from you, so you don't take so much damage. And there's also little upgrades where you take less damage when enemies are like inside the circle and whatever. So we're gonna try to see how we can run this one on an endless, see how far we can make it, how big we can get this Solar Pulse to be. Let's see, maybe we can go hopefully we can get this run to at least go an hour. I got probably about an hour before I have to hop off and start getting ready for bed for work tomorrow. We'll see, let's see. Spellcast speed, that'll be a good one.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT!
Company Castellat. Caffeinated.app.
Vok with the
Dots.
go, thank you.
Chat. Viewer. Event_format.tts. Rich_message. Attachment.
All right, spell size by 50%. Hold on 1 second here. I see something. Right. All right, we'll go back to it. Okay, we got that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. We're out. That Stampede's a little rough sometimes. We're going to go base critical damage by 20% since our crit chance is pretty significant right now. It's about one in every four hits will be a crit. All right, let's get this run to go. Let's see how hard we can get this run to go. This spell is one of my favorites, so... Spellcast speed by 10%. I saw somebody on YouTube was doing this, somebody who plays this pretty consistently, and they had this spell hitting at like 65 times a second. It was insane how fast they had this thing casting. In our defense over here, though, we got a nice close circle and not too much craziness going on over here, so this should be very quick. Not too chaotic. I like getting these more tedious ones out of the way early when you have less enemies. That you have more enemies, it makes it such a horrible time. This one, and there's one where you gotta herd these they're called mana beasts, but they look kind of they sound like sheep. They really look like sheep or like goats or whatever. And you gotta herd them all into a little stable or a little corral. And that one's a little rough. That one gets rough if you have a lot of enemies going on around you. We're gonna go with increased dodge by 9%. We're just gonna get that out of the way now. We might as well get some good upgrades there. Solar pulse. We're gonna do your pulse deals more damage towards the center. That means the closer enemies get to us, the more damage they're gonna get hit with. And then hopefully next augmentation we'll be able to get the one where we take less damage with enemies inside the circle. We're going to go spell damage by 25%. I could have gone spell size there, but we'll have opportunities for spell size down the line. With the heart. Thank you, thank you. Go spellcast speed here. More hits and more damage going on. Another stampede coming in. Let's see how crazy we can get this. This would probably have been a good spell to run with the bells, because it probably would have done some pretty decent damage while being able to run into the bells. That might be a cool double spell one that I can do down the line. Base move speed by 18%. That's huge. Let's go try to see if we can find any of these scroll chests. We got one right here. That's perfect. Mana Siphon, that's a very good one. We're going to take Mana Siphon. So every orb that I pick up has a 15% chance to give me 1 HP. So as you start to get more orbs and stuff like that, it does a pretty significant job at getting you some extra health. So, and hopefully we can pair it with another health scroll, so we can get some extra health, either by, whether it be by dodge or by critical damage, something like that. We'll figure that out. I don't think we've used any rerolls yet either, which is nice. So we'll have those in the in the chamber to use. All right, we get another dodge by 12%. Our dodge right now is at 28%, so it's a pretty significant amount. About 1 in every 4 attacks will dodge. If you want to get us closer to 50% if I could, 50, 60% would be a good dodge to keep the spell alive and to go on this endless run. crit chance again here. Now our crit chance is all the way up to 31%. That's huge. And we're almost at our infusion. We got one more level for our infusion. We're going to get all of these statues. Oh, we got like 4 all in this area. This is perfect. Okay. Get this one. Okay. We had one over here. Two over here, actually. That's perfect. We're both at the same time. Okay, we got to get 2 more. That's it. There's one. We're going to do a little bit more spell damage, hopefully. Definitely feeling a little weaker than I want to right now. But it also could be the fact I don't have any infusions yet either. One more statue here. It's got to be somewhere. They're usually scattered all over. There's usually a fair amount. Just trying to get this done real quick. Good. And you take less damage when enemies are inside your pulse. Love that. That's exactly what we want. Spell size by 17%. We got an infusion now. I don't know if I want to go lightning here. I kind of don't. I think... Let's go fire here. So now you'll see it puts that orange ring around them, and it kind of spreads around. And it'll do some crazy damage to them. And then when we can get another damage, we can either, like, pair it with acid, and we can get, like, brimstone damage, or we can pair it with lightning and get plasma, or dark and get, I think it's Hellfire, or we can get like Wildfire, which is fire with fire. So there's a couple things that we can do to kind of get this rolling. That's the cool thing about this game too. Trying different combos and seeing what works with like what spells is nice. Here we got Veil of Haste. I'm actually gonna banish this. Keep going spell cast speed here. Like I said, my big thing is gonna be spell damage as we get a little bit further, just to kind of, like I said, I mean, you can see like I'm definitely dealing damage, but it's not as fast as I would like to clear these enemies. I'd like to clear these a little bit faster in this. At this point. This guy with the magnifying glass stuff, it's going to heal. That's the healer. So every time I do damage, he's just healing back the damage, which unfortunately sucks. A little more spell size here. Okay, that fire's doing some good damage. Try to clear a little bit more. We'll start to get these. We're going to spell damage by 25%. That's huge. That's exactly what I wanted. See, ask and you shall receive. Look at all that. We're definitely going to get that Rejuvenating Echo, +4 to health regeneration. So rather than doing like 15 every couple of seconds, I'll get 19 every couple of seconds. So that's going to be a huge one for me. I could do spell damage here. I think we're going to do spell damage even though the move speed sounded really good. I think we'll have another opportunity for move speed. I kind of want to be able to clear enemies first. Hopefully there will be a magnet around here soon, so that way I can get a little bit more health. Alright, cool. Doing some more damage over here. Spell size by 27%. slowly but surely getting there. Okay, we gotta get the fungi now. Just that one we had a problem with last time, so we're gonna get this one pretty easily though. 2, 3. It's a lot over here. 4, 5. 6. Yeah, 4 in one spot is crazy. And then I'll find these 4 in one spot, and I'll go look at other places, and there won't be any. We'll have the one right here, and then we'll keep looking, and there won't be any like on this whole side, or we'll have like 2 or 3 on this side. All right, we have our next infusion. So we can make Hellfire here, which is a nice one. Or we can do Wildfire, but I think I'm going to actually reroll. And I think we're going to go with... I kind of want to go with Plasma damage here. I think Plasma would be fun. Fire and Lightning at the same time. All right, one more after this last mushroom. We got this last one right here. That's all of them. We should be able to get a nice little upgrade here. The lower your health, the more the size of your pulse increases. That's going to be a good one. It's going to help for crowd control when we're in a tough spot. We still haven't died yet, which is good. That's always a good sign. Do mana gain here. Just a little bit more so we can get these level ups faster. Stampede here. Spell damage. Set. Now we're starting to get a little better here. Ah, scroll chest right here. Love that. It's huge for us. Grab that. All right. A couple rerolls we can use here. Want to get something good. Delayed Fate isn't terrible, but it's not what I want. What's our dodge at right now? 28%. That's not terrible. That would be a good one for Evasion Mend. Let's do Evasion Mend. We might as well just take it. Because if we can get a little bit more dodge, we might be okay. Go quick step surge, get a little more movement speed. We're doing okay. Like I said, we haven't died yet. This spell is like super powerful. It's like clearing as much as we can. I eventually want to get us to the point where we can at least kind of go like stand in the middle and go like AFK, have a little conversation while we're doing all this.
Chris said this is not Clone Hero. WTF.
I know it's not Clone Hero. We're doing something a little different. I'm still playing Clone Hero, just not going to play it all the time. I'm going to play other stuff too. But we were playing Clone Hero last night. We had a good couple songs going on. We had a fun time last night. All right, let's clear these waves of enemies. Okay, spell cast speed. Spell will cast a little bit faster. Okay, let's clear that. Okay, there's a magnet there. That's perfect. I might honestly, I could wait on a magnet, to be honest. I really could, but I don't know, I might grab it just for the level ups, even though it could be good if I lose health, but I am going to grab it just for the mana game here. Let's do a little bit more luck here. More spell cast speed. I could have gone with the base critical damage being a little higher, but we're going to have chances for that. Alright, we gotta go complete the sacrifice. So we got to get into this zone over here, and we got to just defeat a lot of enemies inside of this circle. Let's do mana gain by 17%. See here. Well, dodge, do we need that for our synergy with our scroll? Spell size again. Oh, it's getting real crazy. Get a little bit more. Oh, this is clearing. All these exploding guys here. Gotta get rid of this guy over here. Eat all my my mana. Okay, you can die already. I've like. Okay. Let's see. We can increase luck by 6. Let's go luck by 6, I guess. I think the max luck we can have is like 42 or 50, something like that. If I can get close to max luck, I'll be happy. Do base move speed here. Good. Let's do spell cast speed again. I want to go crit chance, but it would be smart to go crit chance here. Damn. That's not good. that puts me in a rough spot. I would have liked to get through the whole entire first part of the run before having that issue and only getting myself down to 1 life, because that makes it a little tougher. Dude, I'm getting absolutely cooked by these enemies. Let's go a little bit of armor here. We will reduce some of that incoming damage. Oh, yikes. Health, I guess. I'm almost at the boss. I got like, I don't know, maybe like a minute left until the boss comes. So as long as I can get through that, that's all that matters to me. I got a health potion right here that I can grab. More dodge here. Almost there. You gotta just stay alive here. We're almost at the boss. Alright, we're gonna start clearing some of these guys as they're walking back. They're gonna walk into this boss portal. Going spellcast speed again. Now hopefully whatever boss we get, I can kind of do a lot of damage. It's Krogwa, so it's a little tough. I'm gonna go armor by 50 here. Get that at least. Do a little bit more damage. Acid coming at me. I don't want to, definitely don't want to get hit by that. It's going to destroy me. Because I got enough movement speed right now where it's not too bad. More cast speed. This thing needs to stop already, dude. That acid is so annoying. Definitely not as strong as I want to be. I'm struggling here with this boss a little bit. I should kind of be destroying this boss a little bit more. With spell damage again. I could have gone with dodge there. Help myself out in the long run, but I'm going to be pretty good here now. That was rough. Not die here. Otherwise, this run is over. Increase that dodge. We're going to get 50% dodge at least. Almost there. Almost there. He's like one, almost a full bar, but that's not too bad. It'll go pretty quick if we can actually stay alive. Definitely don't want to get hit with this. It's not good. If I get hit with this, I'm going to die. I'm going to go max health. I just want to give myself a chance to live. Oh no. Come on. Come on. Come on, we're almost there. So plasma was probably definitely not the way to go. Oh, we got him. We got him. Adios, Krogwall. Hour resets. We're gonna go crit chance by 12. That's huge. 50% dodge, 49% crit chance. We're in a good position. Get a little bit more dodge and a little bit more damage and crit, we might be okay. Might be able to make it through a good portion of this run. Obviously, with these, like, with less enemies being here, we're gonna kind of level up a little bit slower in the start. Should probably start to get a little bit of like some mana gain, maybe too. If I can get a couple upgrades for that, that'll be nice. Unstable spell cores. Cool. This move speed is insane. All 5, another augmentation. We got a scroll. We're gonna go spell damage again, I guess. Another upgrade. We'll go spell damage again. Oh, that's rough. I don't know if I want to do that. Because we'll do Delayed Fate. Vital Strike is what I really need. Where I can do some crit damage and get health back. But I'll go with this for now. I'll keep increasing the luck by not spending my rerolls.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat said nobody's really been in the streams.
It's probably because one, I was away for so long, so that kind of doesn't help. Plus the fact too, like I haven't really been actively like posting. So as I think I start to post more, we'll start to see more people. Plus too, like when I'm playing like other stuff, if people follow me for Clone Hero, there's a good possibility that not everybody's gonna want to watch other stuff either. And two, it's also pretty late at night. So I have noticed that between like 7 and 9 are usually like the best hours at night to usually stream. Sometimes I just can't always take it on by like that earlier time to get a stream going, but to me at this point, I don't really care if there's like, I don't need like 100 people in here at all time. I don't need 10 people in here at all times. As long as I got a couple people that I can like have in the stream and entertain, that's all that matters to me. More spellcast speed. Look at that! Yeah, now the spell's starting to really kick it up a notch now. We're starting to really like fly through these enemies. You can already kind of see the difference. if I can get through the second round of this, I could probably be almost in a full ascension territory for one of these characters with the amount of gold I might get off of this. Especially with 15% extra gold. If I can get like 2,000 gold and get 15% extra, that's huge. This is absolutely roasting these enemies, though. We're going to grab this real quick. Then we're going to grab those other 2 statues over there that I saw. All right, we got 2 right here. Okay, we got that. Another one. All right, just 2 more. Where are you? We got crit chance up. 61% now for crit. All right, he's got to get 1 more now. 1 more will do it. Oh, we got another scroll here, too. We're going to grab this as well before that's gone.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat said, "Is this the endless I forgot?"
Yes, this is the endless. So we've already, that first boss that we were fighting, that was like the first phase. And then pretty much like you just go through as many of those phases as you can before like it's all said and done. We probably won't make it through like, I probably don't expect myself to make it through like 3 or 4, but we'll probably at least get through 2. And then see where we kind of go from there. I'm going to use a reroll here. Oh, Vital Strike, yes. So, Vital Strike here, whenever you deal critical damage, you gain health equal to 0.3% of that damage, right? My critical chance is at 61% right now. So, that's actually huge for me. So, I'm taking that, absolutely. We're going to go grab this last statue, hopefully, somewhere over here. Yes, it's right here. But you can see, like, just how crazy the damage is getting right now. Base critical damage by 35%, absolutely. The more crit damage we can do, the better. Oh yeah, we are just wiping through these waves of enemies. Like I said, eventually I just want to get to the point where I can stand here and not have to worry about taking damage. 27% spell size, that is insane. We can start to see how crazy these builds start to get now. We're in a good spot right now. Doing a lot of dodging. Look at that. Now, bigger enemies, I'm going to still stand a very good chance, but I want to get to the point where these bigger enemies can't even really get close to me. Mana gain by 21%, we're going to take that. It's going to be huge. Look at this. if I really didn't die in that first part of the run, like if I had kept that second life, we'd probably be able to go through this whole thing without really dying. Now we're starting to get to that point where I can almost stand around. Mana gain again. Alright, this next one kind of sucks. And there's a lot of enemies. We should be able to clear the crowd, hopefully. Basically, we have to, there's little platforms we have to step on. And we gotta light these pillars. But we gotta do it in the correct order, so that's what's funky sometimes. Got that. Should just have 2 more left to do. Boom. Okay, we did that one pretty quick. It's not always that quick. Sometimes your guess is wrong, or wherever you're moving is wrong, so. Another augmentation. I kind of want to go crit chance. But I also kind of want to go spell cast speed. We're going to go crit chance here. It's going to help with the health, too. Size. If I can kind of just stand here. Almost. I want to be able to stand there, so even if enemies touch me, I have enough HP coming back from like Mana Siphon and critical damage to heal me when I get hit. Dodge percent. We're looking good. We should definitely be able to make it past this second boss. No issues. tell you, this is why solo spells are so broken. Look at this.
At Parker022793 said, holy shit, he is alive.
Oh, I'm alive. Don't worry. I am definitely alive.
At Parker022793 said, this ain't Guitar Clone.
I know. Yeah, it's not Clone Hero. We're going to be doing a mix of stuff. We're still going to be playing Clone Hero. We're just not going to do it every single day. We're going to do it a couple nights a week, and then we're going to play some other stuff in between. So we're going to try to give ourselves like a healthy mix of both.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Bat said you should do Clone Hero but with modifiers.
Ooh, I'll have to figure out how to get that to work.
At Parker022793 said, shoot me a message when you going live next time.
Absolutely, Parker, I gotcha.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Bat said it's an option in Clone Hero before you start the song.
Okay, we're definitely doing that then. We're definitely going to try to do that a couple nights. Want to go with more dot? No, I'm going to work. This is insane. Look at this. Look at all that damage.
At Parker022793 said, well, I am off to bed.
All right, Parker, you have a good night, buddy. I should be live again tomorrow, and then most likely live like Friday and Saturday, and maybe Sunday. Well, Friday, maybe Saturday and Sunday. But Sunday for sure, Friday for sure, and then Saturday. We'll see how the week's gone from there. But we should probably be doing a stream all those days. The amount of damage being done is insane. More crit chance? Yep. Crit chance is at 82%. Almost all of my attacks are going to be criticals. Oh, look at that lag. There's so much going on the screen. It can't keep up. Wow, dude. This dude, the plasma pulse is crazy. Look at that. Literally just walk through them at this point. Spellcast speed, oh my. I think we're at that point where we can stand still. Let's see. I want to see if we're at the point where we can stand still yet. Are we at the point? Let's see. We're not taking a lot of damage. Let's see. We're at the point where we can just stand still and not have to do anything. This is insane. Watch. 35% more spellcast speed. Watch this. We can just stand here and cook the whole time. Dude, look. The health bar is not even going down. Literally every time it goes down, the Vital Strike keeps kicking in. Oh my god, it's amazing. Look at that. We're going to do spell damage by 35%. Yeah, dude, like, the health bar is not even moving. We literally can just stand still. This is insane. You'll literally stand here until the boss comes. This is why single spells are absolutely broken. This is a prime example to why single spells, if you have a super overpowered spell, it's so broken. Especially on endless runs. Like, look, I'm level 99 right now, almost level 100, and I'm literally just cooking all of these enemies. I have, like, one little blip where it will, like, take down my health, and the health comes back. And then it goes down, and then it comes back. Grab that, too, while we're at it. This is also a prime reason for why Mana Siphon is so good. Mana Siphon and the critical... the Vital Strike is so good together with the fact that I'm killing so many enemies with crit, getting health from that, but also getting mana as I'm doing that, replacing more health, so it's pretty nice. We're going to go with Mana Pull here. The health kind of keep that health kind of flowing in. More spell size here. We're doing pretty good right now. Mana gain. Especially the fact that we're not even done yet. Like, we're not even, like, as crazy as we can get, either. More mana pull. Oh. Take the health regeneration, I guess. Oh, that's Vok with the cowboy hat. Love that. Base crit damage by 50%. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's do spellcast speed again. I just want to see how fast we can get the spellcast speed to go, dude. Like, this is insane. Spell size again. See, do I want to go? What is my... I'm gonna go base critical damage again, I guess. The more crit damage we can do, the better. Our crit chance is 82%, so... Soulfish now. We should be able to clear this pretty easily, unless this boss is pretty strong. We're looking pretty good. Not as fast as I want to defeat the boss, but we're not doing bad. Like, we're not in a bad spot at all. We really haven't been in danger of, like, dying, you know, for the last, like, you know, maybe like 5-10 minutes or so, The size of this spell is ridiculous, too. Look at this. This. Yeah, he's pretty much done at this point. We'll probably go for only a little bit longer. See how much. I mean, honestly, I got to the point that I really wanted to get to where I could just, like, stand still and really not have to do anything. But, to anybody watching, what's your thoughts on the game so far? Yeah, dude, this thing is so broken. I don't even have to do it. I can literally... Hands-free. Hands-free. I could definitely clear out a lot of these waves here.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Starers Bat said I like it.
It's fun. It's got a good flow too. Like, it's definitely one of those games. Like I said, it's very grindy. So it's definitely like when I first started playing, the grind was way worse. They did a lot of like they did like a big update and like did like a patch and like hot fixed a couple things. So it was definitely much more grindy. I mean, it's still grindy, but I mean, it's kind of what you want. Like, you don't want a game that you're gonna have to just like do everything and be done in like a week. Like, you want something where you're gonna have to kind of like grind. It's gonna keep you coming back. But I gotta definitely try out like other, like when I do stream this again, I gotta try out like other builds too, like 2-spell builds that are like try to find like cool combinations to pair with each other, or you know, like other 1-spell builds that I think can be like, you know, really solid with like a certain fusion or like augmentation. So like I gotta kind of like look into it and see, and then once I finally unlock hardcore mode, I can start doing hardcore runs and hardcore endless runs. Yeah, this one kind of sucks here. This Herd the Mana Beasts. This probably won't be too bad, though, because of what I got going on with not really taking any damage. I tried to go in there. We better get in there. We better get in there. Get in there too, hopefully. one right here. Cool. Really don't have any augmentations to get either. It's really just like basic upgrades now. Just gonna be purple or higher upgrades at this point. That's where it's gonna do spellcast speed. You can kind of see at this point I'm already fast enough where I'm just like sprinting through the map pretty much. Destroying all these enemies. Haven't seen any more scroll chests. Which leads me to believe we probably got them all. I'm gonna test something real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna get myself a little bit of pain reliever real quick. I got a headache right now, but I'm gonna stand literally right here. And I'm gonna let the game do the rest of the work. But I don't think I'm gonna die at any time. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna be pretty good. I think we're pretty solid here. Stay right by that just in case. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 seconds. We're gonna grab a water and some pain reliever here. I'll let this kind of do the work for us. This is the true test to how good this build actually is. All right, hold on, I'm back. All right. I guess we're just gonna go cast speed. We're just gonna keep going. Yeah, at this one I really don't even have to do much. I just kind of run around. Kill all these enemies, collect everything. These enemies really don't stand a chance at this point. They die so fast. My dodge is so high that I don't even need to do anything. Maybe we can find another scroll or two, but... This point I'm collecting all these health potions, I don't even need them. I wish it would give me like mana gain if I like, pick up the health potion. It's not even fair at this point, man. It's so crazy how, like, earlier in the runs, like, I was struggling so much to even, like, do this and get through enemies. Like, now I don't even have to worry about it. I can literally just run through and just grab whatever I want. I don't really have to worry about, like, losing health or dying or anything. And I have such crazy movement speed that I can just get wherever I want. all 19 so fast. That took me so much longer earlier. Look at that. Clear, 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 clear. Oh my lord. Insane. How many enemies have I destroyed? I don't even know how many enemies I've destroyed. I've done 84 million damage. What do you guys think? Do you think we should go up to the third boss, or do you think we should call it here?
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat set up.
Oh, we're absolutely cooking. I want to see how much gold comes out of this. If I have enough to ascend a character, I'm definitely ascending this character if that's the case. I think we'll play until the third boss, and then we'll kill the third boss, and then we'll end it on that. And then maybe we'll ascend. Hopefully, we can ascend a character before I get off. So. Let's increase the dodge, even though it's not really going to matter too much.
Woman Zombie V0 CK Star Erzbat said, Ford, I'm heading out.
All right, Vok, no worries. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out pretty much the whole stream. I appreciate it. We'll be back again tomorrow, so stop by. I'll kind of give an update. I'll try to put like a little story up on my page, just letting everybody know like around like what time I'm thinking of going live. It'll most likely be a little bit like earlier in the evening. I get out of work around like 4:30ish. Probably be home and situated by like 6:37. So probably sometime around that I'll be on. But thanks for coming by, buddy. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your night too. We'll try to finish up a little bit more of this. See how far I can go. tonight. Insane. The amount of enemies I'm just tearing through. Look at that. The game can't even keep up. There's just so much going on. This spell is so broken. I kind of just want to get to the third boss, finish the third boss, and then we'll call it from there. Hopefully I have enough gold coming from this to actually ascend one of my characters, because I do have to complete at least one ascension at least. More challenge that we're going to have to do in a second. I feel like this bar is taking way longer to fill. We have all the slush here. I don't even really have to, like, mess around or waste my time. Literally filling up almost the whole screen at this point, from like top to bottom almost. That's how big this spell has gotten. That's how you know. There's just too much going on. Let's try to get through this. Let's get to this last boss. Get this done and out of the way. There's no way I'm not in Ascension territory at this point. there. Almost at the boss. Stage endless run is not too bad, not too shabby. Especially when I don't even have to worry about dying. Literally just run around and do whatever I want. At the boss, it's about here. We got probably maybe like a minute left before we get this boss fight going, and then we should hopefully be able to clear this boss pretty quickly. Go more for spell damage on these next few upgrades that we got. Should be able to get maybe 1 or 2 more. Take a little bit of HP, I guess. And boss time. Alright, let's clear this boss and let's end this. Morgoth. Golgoth, you are going to die. We're going to quit. We just did all. Let's see how much we got here. 29.65. I think we're just short of where we need to be. Yeah, we're just short. I can almost ascend. 3,300 is what I need to ascend, but we'll definitely be ascending the Sun Mage. That's for sure. We're almost at the Star Mage too, but I think the Sun Mage. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the one that we're gonna do. Unless the Star has the better... I guess either one of them with the Ascension would be pretty good, but we're going to go with the Sun Mage for the Ascension, but we got, like I said, we need like 200 more gold, and I don't really have any other options for what I could do unless I was like going to like remove this and remove a lot of this stuff, but I don't want to, and I think I kind of want to just save it for the next one, but... All right. That will do it for me tonight, guys. Thank you for everybody who came out and watched the stream. Thank you for all the likes, the donations, things like that. As I always say, I don't expect donations. I don't expect everything. I don't expect anything, but it is greatly appreciated when you guys do donate. Makes it all worthwhile, and everything that I get, I usually put into making the stream a little bit better. Anyway, but like I said, the most all I can ask for is that you like, chat it up, say hi, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. The best part about that stuff is it is absolutely free, and it's the best thing you can do to help me grow, and it helps push my content out through the algorithm. But like I said, thank you guys for coming out. That was a little bit of Spell Brigade for you. Not our typical stuff. We'll probably be back to Clone Hero a little bit tomorrow, but... like I said, be on the lookout for a stream tomorrow. Hopefully, sometime in the evening time, maybe between like 6:30 and about like 8, sometime around there. We'll get another stream going and we'll go from there. But you guys have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.